Hello, this is Mixos Prime, uh, part 3 of our Geon's so which in this part going to review Long Haul. And Long Haul says character in this old so far you can see consistency start off the robots mode, and I should mention that I'm not gonna the devastated parts on this review either. They'll be saved for once I finish reviewing all the individual Constructicons. And as you can see here, it does look very chunky. It's definitely the chunky shots of the Constructicons. I think that because of him forming the mid section of Devastator, and so it's just now comparison. It's not the pure chunk that is the Cabana was. So it is still chunky, and the Funky store has one of my favorites. It says he has the chest as the front. There it is, showing off all the details. He's color coded in lime with some, I think, black, silver, purple, red. Though it doesn't have as much purple as most of the Constructicons have, but does have the black does help break out some of the lime a bit, I would say. Which is mostly suits what the Carbonables figure. But you do get this black panel as the back, which is more cartoon accurate, more G1 accurate. And he does clean up extremely well. There isn't really any major kibble to him. So I think it would be nice if maybe the back claws could fold so they don't stick out as much, but still, it feels nice in hands. And because of his articulation, so his head I think it's ball joints, you can rotate it 360 degrees, so you may have to be careful, you may, not by accident, you can, a little bit, not really much of a pivotal to say. Arms can rotate 360 degrees, you can inch them up and down, and there you make a move these shoulders a bit transformation so the solid ball joints, so you can rotate them 360 degrees, inch them up and down, so no hand no waist rotate. I think out of all this was the to not have it. I mean, there isn't really a storage prevent from having a waist rotation. So I guess maybe it's to make things consistent in terms of articulation. Though there's a bit of a shame that none of the individual Constructicons have a waist rotation. You can make you could do the splits. You do get an ankle hinge. Extremely versatile ankle. So I would say that's pretty cool. And anyway, I'll just smack up. You can make the figure sit down like so. You can have the legs kick back like this, or having to use this bottom joint here. It's all raised the ceiling a little bit, I would say. And just snap into place once it's straightened out. And you can rotate the 360 degrees. And yeah, that's the articulation. The cylinder further is caused the lack of hand rotation and waist rotation. The shapers of the hands tend to easily tuck into the forearms. That's something that is they don't actually tuck into play. We don't tab into place, unfortunately. Accessories, so you get a pair of two of. So you get this section right here. It's in line. And you have this section, which is maybe some sort of baton, but you can't really have the figure hold it as a baton. Actually, it's also with black. They're meant to be combined with each other, which with this section, so you have to use this part of the back. On it are with the barrel on the line section. I'll try and get it all the way. So trying to push it. Just oops, side it up. So process. There we go. So there's the complete gun, which are definitely the most unique gun out of the construction because it's the only one that isn't completely in black. And it's clean lime with a black handle. And of course, the hands. You do get shins on the heel spurs, also underneath the heel spurs, I should say. And that's pretty much it. And do you get the pads for the blaster face of you? Oops. I'm trying to plug it in. There we go. Yes, there he is holding the gun there. And yeah, there. So it makes it seem like he's just the one who complains about the job he's been built for. Constantly. You see the set. Nice details on his grills there, on the headlights as well. Yeah, I think move on to the transformation and one more job. A little bit of it. So of course tuck the fist into the forearms. You have to have the like so. You detach the bicep section, which has go into this tab section like so. Would start with the base, so it can be pretty easy to actually detach it. So like so. Do the same thing with the other sides. There we go. Now what to do is actually open up the chest like so. Tabs go into these slots like So, and when you open up the chest, it does reveal this nice silver mechanical detailing there. Interesting. So the back, you open up this panel. So, which has these two these slots. Yeah. And then you detach section which tab will goes into the slots. That's the back. It's hard to get access to. No. So like so, and then what you're going to do is that you're going to detach the orbital. So it's really difficult to do it with just the one hand. There we go, and that's it. It's activated there, and to hinge it down. And up here it's when you hinge it down. Anyway. I have to try and go through this process again. There we go. To here, so that's to tuck the head here. So, and then you close up the chest. And then this, so there's these two tabs, so which go to these slots beneath the canopy section and behind the smokestack. Just not into place like so. And then what we'll do is that move these arm sections down, and then what will happen is that it's hard to see it from here, but there is this slot, this tab-like section, which is onto the tabs put above the hips there. Try and get it all and up, get it held into place. Try and get the arm fully into place. If necessary, may have to do a jump cut. You will get an idea of what I'm meant to do here. There we go. It's now in place. So now we can go on ahead to do the same thing with the other sides. Everything out of there. So there we go. It actually snapped into place there. So there we go. And so now what we'll do, so it's the legs, is that you tuck in the heel spur, and then what you're going to do is that you're going to detach this top section. So put I'm not sure that one. Probably going to be a bit difficult to Oh, there we go. And then what's going to happen is that... Oh, I shouldn't go through this. So there's a slot section just behind... So, red detail. So go into... You can see through it, so it would go into this tab at the section, and we'd just snap it to place, and then you get the cabinets filled in a little bit. Anyway, okay, okay. Not that section, that's not awesome. It's detached. There we go. And then what's going to happen is that sort of units, and then attached to this tab, the back of this section right there. Get it all down, get it snapped into place, and you're doing the same thing with the other side. And then what's also going to happen is that there's also these tabs of salt that's allowed to connect them together. And there we go. Got to on this dump truck mode. Sounds yeah, this is so we good on you. So it's so enjoyable. How it works. As the dump truck mode is great. It's very cohesive. It's like it's very EG1 accurate. So it's gone. You can see the there. Got this panel above here. So the detailing there. Sections here, and you can legs and the arms. So you can see the undersides. Yeah, you can see the face there. You had to have underneath, otherwise it'll be visible from this section. And see that that's the arms folded up, and there's the groin. Rolls. Yeah, it rolls beautifully. I think it's to the big wheels, which yeah, you can already tell from here. Yeah, they roll it rolls perfectly. Anyway, it comes to the gun. So there's you can post them as one of the sides. That's the sorts of bed. So you can plug it there. It looks fine. I think it would be see if we just get two of them again. That would look a bit more cool, I would say. But overall, I do think Jules is a very cool figure. And so I think just love how it's like the transformation so enjoyable. It's gone, and I get it later, but there's a very cool interaction that you get with. For instance, with many associated as being part of long haul, but issues. So I figured would mainly counter also rolls beautifully. Listen, not having any waist rotation, and this done a bit better. It's sort of long. Thinking 8.5 out of 10. So it will have mixed.